What up, you two moose here. Here's my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10 and 20 this week. Alright, the film turning 10, we of course got Dark Shadows. Now, of course, Johnny Depp has been in the news for some not so great stuff lately, between the whole Depp and Heard trial stuff. But the guy have always been one of my favorite actors. And of course, he have always worked with Tim Burton plenty of times, and he's done movies such as Edward. They've done movies like Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chalk Factory. I believe this was like their last film they've done together. I could be wrong there, but Dark Shadows did not really get the great reviews. I don't care what anyone says. I love Dark Shadows. This movie was so fun. I mean, of course, it is a remake of the classic TV show from the '60s, I believe, or '70s. And you got Johnny Depp who plays Barnabas Collins, and it takes place in 18th century, and it's 18th century Maine, where Collins presides over the town of Collinsport, where you got and of course you got the rich and powerful playboy. Barnabas, seals his own doom when he breaks the heart of a witch named Angelique, played by Eva Green, and Angelique turns Barnabas into a vampire and buries him alive. And 2 centuries later, he escapes from his tomb and finds 1972 Collinsport is a very different place, and he as I find this this out, he becomes fascinated with this other family. You got a really great cast. You got Michelle Pfeiffer, Chloe Moretz, Helen Bonham Carter. This is a really fun little film. It's really quirky. Definitely a pure wacky Johnny Depp role. Really fun little film. Shame we never really got to see a sequel, but is what is there. All right, also turning 10, a very little film that pretty much no one probably ever really seen, and that is Girl in Progress. Now, this movie stars Ava Mendes, who very much makes a comeback. I've always liked Ava Mendes, but anyway, the film also stars Sarah Ramirez, who you might know from The Fosters and that Good Trouble show. Now, if you guys don't know much about this story, you got Ava Mendes, who plays Grace, who's a single mother who is often too busy juggling her jobs, bills, and two love interests who are played by Matthew Modine and coda actor Eugenio Derbez. She paid much attention to her door, as dad, played by Ramirez. And so, of course, her English teacher is pretty much inspired by the coming of age stories, where her English teacher, played by Patricia Arquette, introduces in class, and she decides to skip out of this and jumpstart her life without her mother here, and it's a really nice little coming of age tale. I really quite like the mother daughter bonding between Mendes and Ramirez. I mean, I remember watching this one in theaters back in 2012. Really nice little film that didn't really get talked about too much since the release, but it's a really nice little film. If you guys haven't seen that, all right. Also turning 20, we got Unfaithful. Now, of course, Deepwater, was actually now Unfaithful was of course director Adrian Lyon's final movie. And of course, Deepwater became his comeback here. Deepwater was terrible. That movie really stunk. But Unfaithful, starring Richard Gere, you have Diane Lane, Olivia Martinez. Really nice erotic thriller here, where Edward, played by Richard Gere, is learns that his wife Connie, played by Lane, has lied to him about an affair, and so it's a really intriguing film. Really lots of tensions here. Adrian Lyne does. Other than Deepwater, Agent Line does great when it comes to these type of thrills, whether it's Fair Attraction, 9.5 weeks, and all. So definitely give Unfaithful a go if you guys haven't seen that. All right, also turning 20, maybe my favorite film on this list, by the way, and that is the comedy The New Guy. Now, The New Guy is maybe one of the most underrated comedies there is. This movie's not an R-rated comedy or anything like that, but it's actually really fun. Here you got DJ Qualls, who you might remember from Hustle Flow fame, Road Trip. Here he plays this nerdy high school senior named Dizzy Harrison, who has finally gotten lucky, and he has a second chance to be the guy with no past, because he of course ends up getting arrested, and his mentor ends up becoming Eddie Griffin and Horatio Sands, which I thought was really fun. So he ends up pretty much trying to transform from a dud to a stud here. And he also wants to pretty much He pretty much wants to, win the heart of Danielle because she's played by Eliza Doshue, and come on, who does not want to win the heart of her? Anyway, now you got some cool cast members. You got, before she did a show called The New Girl, Zoe Deschanel was in this, which of course is the new guy. So there's that. You also had cameos by Tony Hawk, Gene Simmons, Vanilla Ice. This movie is such a hoot. I mean, this movie, of course, made me become a fan of that song. I'll play the funky music. Who remembers that song? Come on. This is such a fun film. Really hilarious. Some really fun lines. I mean, I used to watch this thing tons of times. And if you guys have not really seen the new guy, do yourself a favor. Not sure we can find it nowadays. Let me see. Hey, you can find it on Hulu, HBO Max. Give it a go. It's a really fun little comedy. Shame they never did a sequel, but it is what it is, I guess. All right. Also turning on 20, we got Dork Soldiers, directed by Neil Marshall, who of course gave us The Descent, where military exercise turns into a nightmare in the Southland wilderness. Of course, this is where like werewolves are attacking. I mean, it's a really fun little film. Neil Marshall, not so long ago, he did talk about that a sequel is inevitable, so we might get a sequel to this down the line. But Dark Soldiers is a really fun film. So that's the guy who played Alfred on Gotham. He was in this. You got Kevin McKidd, Liam Cunningham, some interesting cast members. Really fun little British horror film. If you guys haven't seen that, but that's pretty much it. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? The 10-year one, I'm going to go with Dark Shadows, and the 20-year one, I'm of course going to go with the new guy. Anyway, drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simu signing.